Do we want to talk about Starfield?
I mean, you can quickly talk about what you thought of the ending, I guess. So the
Sure.
end
So
game.
I finished the main story. I did one major side quest, which was a mistake. This is my advice. If you're gonna play Starfield, just run through the story. Do not do any side quests at all. Now I saw that in some tweets and like the reviews that I skimmed through because I didn't want to overread where I saw that before. And what they didn't say was why. So I'm going to tell you why you want to just do the main storyline.
Because the game sucks and you just got to get through it.
No, when you finish the game, unlike a Skyrim or, Fallout, although Fallout 3, they had to patch this in, the game basically does end. So you start back at the beginning again, and it just automatically takes you essentially to New Game Plus, where they give you the option to skip doing the main quest line, but all of the side quests that you've done, you have to do over again.
So you're basically just doing the side quests as the main quest? Is that what it is? Like, can you finish the New Game Plus? No. Or
yeah, I guess. I'm sure I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe you don't finish the New Game Plus. I have no idea how that would work, because once I got to the New Game Plus thing and I saw that, all the other stuff that I had done, I would have to do again. Like I'd have to rejoin the Space Navy and, I'm like, I don't want to do any of that crap again. I'm like, okay, I'm good. And then I turned it off. Yeah. So I'm going to say that if you're interested in really doing everything in this game, but you don't want to do it all essentially twice, your options are to just burn through the whole story or make sure you finish everything before you do that last main story mission.
Is this going to be the least amount of hours that you put into a Bethesda game in like a long ass time? Yeah.
I mean, it might be. I don't feel a need to go back to it. I don't know if there's anything else I'd want to do again. I think the problems with the game are, and I think the issues with the problems with the game is that it's a Bethesda game, and at its core, it's fun, and there's some good things going on. The problems is some of the things that make Bethesda games feel special aren't there. The gear is kind of meh. Like I never really found anything or finding new things that made me feel like I was finding something special or interesting that I really thought was, cool. I think even towards the last mission I played in the game, I still had a weapon that I found in my first mission in my inventory, which is crazy.
Right.
I think I had one spacesuit. I think I got on the second mission that I wore until the end of the game. So, there was just, so that kind of, it's sort of like, oh, I guess this is what it is. It just didn't quite hit like it should have. It was missing something. It wasn't fully cooked, which we've said many times. It's still a Bethesda game. It's still not the worst thing I've ever played. It's far from it. It's just not.
It's not high quality Bethesda material. It's like. Rehashed.
I did try Cyberpunk 2.0.
No offense, man.
You have to do that so he doesn't get offended.
Yeah. I did try Cyberpunk 2.0 update.
Yeah.
I started that again from the beginning because I have no idea what's going on with
I installed it.
All the way from the beginning.
Okay. All the way from the beginning. I think I only put in like 6 hours into that game originally.
Do you need to restart to do the new story? Oh, you just decided to.
Well, the new story is that there's the Phantom Liberty whatever DLC. I didn't get that.
You got to pay for that or something?
Yeah, that you have to pay for. But they overhauled how the whole game, I guess, works. Yeah. Honestly, I don't remember.
Right.
But I will say the game looks good. I've enjoyed the little bit that I played. Things are coming back to me while I'm playing. Like, oh, I remember doing this 2 years ago. But I will say this also: the driving still sucks.
No,
that's something they didn't fix. The driving sucks. You put a waypoint on your map. Put the line in the goddamn road. Don't put the line in the little mini map. It's a video game. Doesn't have to be that realistic. Especially your video game takes place in cyberpunk future
Right.
where everyone has electrodes stuck in their eyeballs.
Right. It's realistic. You can have the
Yeah.
line on the road.
Put the line in the road. Put the line in the road. So when I'm driving, I'm looking straight ahead at the game and not up in the mini map.
That's like one of your game tropes. Like
It is.
you hate when they don't put the line in the road.
When they don't put the line in the road. Because if you don't put the line in the road, you're not looking at the game. It's why the GTA games are significantly flawed. But yeah.
You let them know that.
I should let them know that. I have let them know
They've been
that.
hurting, I heard.
Yeah, exactly. They need my advice. But other than that, I mean, yeah, it's fine. I haven't put enough time in there yet to give a full thing. Just sort of throwing it out there. I started the Cyberpunk 2.0 update.
I started installing it.
It's a lot better looking than Starfield.
It's 60 frames per second.
It was a lot better looking than Starfield 2 years ago.
I know, but this is like with graphical improvements.
Sure, but I mean,
just think how good Starfield's going to be in like 3 years.
I mean, that's just it. It's like maybe 3 years from now, we'll start Starfield over again.
2.0.
Mm-hmm.
So how disappointing is like Starfield overall? I mean, another fucking Xbox like huge release that just sort of like
is there,
comes out limping. You know, gets some good reviews, but also like some outlying like more realistic reviews. You know, it sort of reminds me of Halo. Like Halo got like crazy fucking good reviews when it came out, and then like 2 weeks later, people were like, "Where's the beef?" You know, how did this game get such great reviews? And I think this is exact same thing is happening right here.
I think what's surprising is how the same issues with Halo are the same issues with Starfield. Is that it's very bare. It's missing something.
It didn't evolve at all from the previous iteration. Yeah. It just looks better. You know, it's evolved graphically, and that's it. And not that much. 30 frames per second, first-person shooter for the most part, not bringing home the bacon. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, disappointing. I wanted to waste time in that game. Instead, I have to watch Foundation.
I put a lot of party animals.
Really?
Oh, me too. I put that on here.
Yes.
I've been playing with Ty.
Yeah, we've been playing with the whole family. It's cute. It's entertaining. The different modes that you play, like the catapult mode. That one's a fun one. Where you have two teams and you're sending bombs from the one team over to the other side, but you can also fling your little animal characters on the catapults as well.
You mean the game that you made fun of me for playing last week when I said I unlocked the cow? That game?
I don't
think we made fun of you.
I feel like you just think if we say anything, it's like making fun of you.
Right. I mean, I like Gang Beast's concept, so I feel like, I like playing as a cat that just looks like a cat, but is throwing people off a cliff.
Right. I wish the unlocks were a little bit like quicker to like unlock stuff. It's I feel like we've been playing a lot of this game and have not, like, I don't care if I get a new like avatar icon. Like nobody cares.
They want you to spend those dollars.
Yeah, it's a Game Pass game. They need that.
Yeah, but still, like, you can give me like something in there.
Look, if you can afford an egg, then you can afford a couple skins.
I think we may spend money on this game.
Can't afford an egg.
I may spend money on this just because.
Yeah.
Like
that's what they want you to do, and you can, if you like the game.
I can throw $10 at this game for some additional characters. The characters are like the art style's good too for the style characters they are.
It's funny. Big cat just like walking, hitting people with tennis rackets.
Right.
It's funny.
Yeah.
I wish the interface was a little better on that, like trying to setting up the games and getting into online matches.
Like, it took a little while, like, to figure out the split screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Here now, can you play split screen and online at the same time?
No, I couldn't figure that out.
I couldn't figure that out either. Like, it's like if we play online against people, it's just like we take turns. Playing. But
they should get that going because that would be fun.
Yeah, the split screen's good though as well because you can add in AI characters.
Yep.
So it's fun. I hope they continue to support that and add like even more modes as they go along. But
it's like Poi Poi. Remember Poi Poi?
Mm-hmm.
Evolved. now.
Yeah.
With physics.
Yeah. I finished Disney Illusion Island as
I
well.
didn't even know you could finish that game.
Disney Illusion Island? I think
Oh,
you're thinking of a different game.
Oh, I'm thinking of that other one. Yeah.
Illusion Island is the Metroidvania 2D platformer
With Mickey and
with
Oh.
Mickey and Minnie and Donald and Goofy.
Mhm.
You can play co-op. I thought that would be horrible, so I didn't even tell my family that it offered co-op. But it's a low stakes Metroidvania that is, I don't know. It's just kind of fun to play, and the music style reminds me of like the Disney parks type of music, where it's just kind of like that cheerful kind of orchestra type music.
Mhm.
And the animation style is based upon the current Mickey Mouse characters, like if you know, like the kind of edgy looking ones.
Mhm.
But it's a solid game. I like that game.
I didn't even. You talked about this before? You talked about this?
I talked about it months ago when it first came out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got confused and thought it was the other Disney one that Wombat was thinking of.
Yeah. This is
No, we've talked about this game before on the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. I think it's time for the CAGbag. This is from Nick. He says, what is your go-to arcade game? Something if you see it somewhere, you absolutely would give it a play. Where do you see arcade games now? Like, where are you going that you see arcade games?
Long Island Retro.
Right. And I play everything, basically.
Yeah.
Like, if it's free, I'll just play it, obviously.
Mhm.
I mean, there's too many. Like, I would play a lot of games if they're free.
Mhm.
And where else do you know, I don't think like a Round One type place or Dave and Buster's play. They don't even really have like.
Nah, there it's like
Arcade
I'm gonna play
games.
the Deal or No Deal.
Right. That doesn't count as a game. You know, I mean, I would play, you know, all the 80s arcade games, basically. Jungle King and, you know, I'm not going to start naming games. You know.
Mr. Do.
Not Mr. Do. Pengo. Yes, not Mr. Do.
Mr. Do.
Always Pengo.
Keep going.
Jeff writes in and he asks if I'll be watching the RoboDoc. They came out with a 4-part RoboCop documentary. It's been in the works for years and years, and it's available for purchase now. I'll watch it. I would like to not pay for it, but I guess I could pay for it.
How much is it?
I don't know. It's like $20, I'm sure.
I mean, that's like a dozen eggs.
It's not in 4K. I need to see Peter Weller in 4K. I need to see an aged Peter Weller.
I don't think you. I don't. Think
don't.
You do.
Guga writes in and says, "What do you think about Johnny Somali's behavior in Japan? Do you know who Johnny?
I think it's terrible. I think it's a Shonda is the word I would use.
Do you know who he is?
No, I have no idea who that is or what it's about.
He's this streamer. I think he got kicked off of Twitch and now he's on like the naughty cousin of Twitch kick. And he just basically goes in public and harasses people. So he'll yell out like Hiroshima and Fukushima and stuff like that, things to like get a rise out of people in public. And he's live streaming it on Kick and whatever. I've seen videos where he gets knocked, like a guy literally knocked him out because it was a white guy who knocked him out in Tokyo. But he was just harassing people and a guy knocked him out. Anyway, he just got arrested for like, I don't know, he was trespassing on a construction site, trying to film some annoying fucking video where he's harassing construction workers. So he got arrested and now he's fucked. So that's what I think. I think he's fucked. And certainly since he's fucking filmed all of his shit. So now like,
is he a Japanese citizen?
No, of course not. I don't know what country he's from, but he's not Japanese.
Is he from Somalia?
I don't know, but he's going to be in jail for a long time. What's going to happen? I don't know. It's bad. Remember I talked about that Carlos Ghosn documentary on Apple TV? If you're interested in what's going to happen to Johnny Somali, you should watch that. Alex writes in and he says, why does Wombat say he dislikes Starfield, but then proceeds to put 30 hours into it? I know the answer to this. It's obvious.
What's the answer?
I mean, he has to do his due diligence. I mean, 30 hours into a Bethesda game is like he didn't even play it. How many hours you put into Skyrim? Like 150? Like more, right?
More than that. Whoa.
Whoa, someone's excited.
Luna got very excited about that.
So Wombat putting 30 hours in Skyrim is like him not even playing it. That's like the trial. That's like a demo.
That is true. That's literally the least amount of time I put into one of these types of games.
Yeah.
So that answers your question.
Because I know, I mean, you rushed through it for the most part. You only did one side quest.
I only did one side quest, yes. Technically two, because it's the Navy and the pirates. I think you could just do one or the other, but they kind of intertwine.
Yeah. So yes, if he trust me, if he liked it, he'd be putting in 100 hours or more. So
I'd still be playing it.
And you were probably anticipating putting in like a ridiculous amount of hours into the. I was anticipating you doing it, and I was anticipating doing it myself. Fucking Todd, man. It's not a good game, man. No offense, Tom. It's bad. It's a mediocre game.